And now we shift the scene to the Old West. The Gunsmoke radio series was on the air from April 26, 1952 until June 18, 1961. Now, the information that I gave last month was an error. The radio show came before the TV show by 3 years. It started in 1952, and the TV show began in 1955. William Conrad was Matt Dillon. Parley Bear was Chester. Howard McNear, who is best remembered for having played the role of Floyd the Barber on The Andy Griffith Show, was Doc Adams, and Georgia Ellis was Kitty Russell. This troupe never changed for the entire duration of the radio series. 432 shows were produced over a 9-year period. And the show was first thought of in 1949, but it was put on hold for 3 years. When it finally debuted in 1952, John Meston was the writer and would remain so throughout the show's run. Realism was the central key in the series, and it had some of the best special effects on radio. Tonight's drama was originally on television first, with a radio adaptation produced in 1955. It is erroneously listed as being broadcast in 1954. And now we present Gunsmoke, entitled A Reward for Matt. Gunsmoke. Around Dodge City and in the territory out west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with the U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad, the transcribed story of the violence that moved the West with young America, and the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal, the first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
Hey, Doc.
Oh, hello, Chester.
Come on over and sit down.
Yeah, I guess it won't hurt for a minute or two just to sit here.
Might as well be sitting down here on the street instead of loafing around in your office.
Yeah. Oh, how is that so? Now, look, I could tell you just now.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't mean nothing, Doc. I wasn't even thinking.
Oh, I can believe that. What's bothering you, Chester?
Mr. Dillon.
What?
Kind of worried about him, Doc.
You are? Why?
Now, look. It's near dark and he ain't shown up yet. I don't even know where he is.
Well, I think Matt can take care of himself, Chester.
Sure, but usually he leaves a note or something, Doc.
Well, the man doesn't have to do things the same way all the time.
I know that.
Now that's just like Miss Howell the other day. She came in to ask me how to get her baby to sleep at night. Now, for example, what would you have told her?
Oh, no,
Now
Doc.
you think. You just think now, Chester. After all, you were a baby once. How'd your mother get you to sleep?
She didn't have no trouble with anything like that. She
The
was...
usual way is to rock the baby. But you know what I told Mrs. Howell to do?
Doc, I really ain't interested in what
you're
you're
gonna
talking...
hear it anyhow. I told her to take the baby and smear the little fingers with thick molasses.
What?
Yes. And then I told her to give it a half-dozen chicken feathers.
What for?
Well, I figured he'd pluck the feathers from hand to hand till he fell asleep. And if he woke up again, all she had to do was give him some more molasses and feathers.
Well, seems to me you only make a little baby mad.
Oh, that just shows you how much you know about babies.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Can't we talk about something else, Doc?
All right. You start something else.
Hey, wait a minute. There's Mr. Dillon
Where?
riding down the street there, leading that horse with a pack on it.
Oh, yeah.
Doc, look.
What?
That ain't no pack he's got tied on that horse.
No, it ain't.
That's a man, a dead one.
Yeah. Who do you suppose it is?
Yeah, I don't know. Hi, Mr. Dillon.
Hello, Chester. Doc.
Hello, Matt. Who you got there?
Mel Hornby.
Mel Hornby.
I went out to ask him some questions about that sodbuster that got murdered last month.
Jake Reeves.
Yeah, and Hornby took offense, and he tried to kill me.
You think he had something to do with the Reeves murder, Matt?
He did it, Doc. He admitted it just before he died.
A big rancher like old Mel Hornby killing a poor, half-starved little homesteader?
They had an argument about something, and Hornby's temper got the best of him, the way it did today.
Well, how come you brought the body to Dodge, Matt? I think Miss Hornby would want him out there.
I didn't find him at home, Doc. He was way out on the prairie, handling some stock. I'll get a wagon in the morning and take him back.
Take him? I don't envy you. Miss Hornby's a pretty mean woman.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you better let Chester do that. She can't blame him for that.
No, I'll do it, Doc. I killed him.
Morning, Mr. Dillon.
Morning, Chester.
I hired a team and a wagon for you. It's standing outside.
Oh, thanks.
Near 10 o'clock already.
Yeah, well, I'll get started.
There you are, Marshal.
Mrs. Hornby?
Where's my husband? You got him here?
Won't you sit down, ma'am?
I've been sitting down since dawn on a saddle. My husband didn't come home last night, and I think it had something to do with you. You found him, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am. I found him.
Well, where is he? Got him in jail on some fool charge. I want to know what's going on, Marshal. I should have made you tell me when you come by.
Miss Hornby, your husband is dead.
What?
He tried to kill me.
You shot him?
Had to.
You killed my husband?
I wanted to talk to him about Jake Reeves. As soon as I mentioned Reeves' name, he went for his gun. I'm sorry it happened that way, ma'am.
I don't believe you. Why would he do that? What'd he care about Jake Reeves?
He killed him, Miss Hornby. I didn't know that, but he admitted it before he died.
Is that true?
Yes'm. It's true.
Well, he should have had a trial. He got off. Who cares about a man like Reeves? You murdered my husband, Marshal. He didn't have a chance against you.
He had a gun and he tried to kill me with it.
Too bad he didn't. But you're gonna die anyway, Marshal.
What?
I said you're gonna die. I've got money. I'm gonna hire you killed.
Now, wait a minute, ma'am.
$1,000, that ought to do it. And you can't stop me. There ain't a thing in the world you can do about it.
All right. All right. Who are you going to hire?
Oh, so you can be watching for him and maybe go right on after him? No. It ain't gonna work that way, Marshal. It ain't one man I'm gonna hire. It's a whole army of men. You won't have a chance any more than my husband did. Now, where's his body? I'm gonna get him buried and then go to work on getting you killed.
More coffee, Matt?
No thanks, Kitty. I think I had enough. Hey, that was a good dinner, wasn't it?
Matt, you're awful calm for a man who's been threatened the way you have.
Miss Hornby?
Don't you think she meant what she said yesterday?
Well, I don't know where she thinks she's going to hire an army for $1,000, but I suppose it is some kind of a compliment if she thinks I'm that hard to kill.
You're not taking this very serious, Matt.
There's nothing I can do, Kitty, until I find out what she's up to.
Well, maybe she's just crazy. It sure sounds like it.
Yeah, maybe.
Where'd she bury him, Matt? She take him back to the ranch?
No, she's buried him on Boot Hill.
Boot Hill?
She said if that's the way he got killed, that's the place he was going to get buried.
Just like she was mad at him.
I think it was a shame, Kitty. She wasn't very proud of her husband getting shot like an ordinary lawbreaker.
That's a pretty easy word for a murderer.
I don't think his killing Jake Reeves meant a thing to her, Kitty. He might as well have been shot a horse for all she cared.
All she cares about is herself.
Mr. Dillon. Hello, Miss Kitty.
Hello, Chester. Sit down and have some coffee.
I'll sit, but there ain't no time for no coffee.
What's that poster you got, Chester?
That's what I come find you about, Mr. Dillon. I tore this poster off the board down at the depot, but there's more of them.
Uh-huh.
Fellow there told me she's a-putting them up all over Dodge.
What?
Here, you read it.
$1,000 reward to the first man that can prove Matt Dillon is dead. He doesn't have to prove anything else. Money is in safe at Dodge House and will be paid in cash immediately. Signed, Miss Mel Hornby.
Matt, she can't get by with that. You put her in jail.
You sure can, and I'll go around and tear down the rest of them posters.
No, Chester. Too many people have read them by now. And some of them are already thinking about it.
Well, then put her in jail till she takes it back, Matt. Make her print up some more saying it isn't true.
You think she'd do that, Kitty? Miss Hornby?
Matt, you're going to have every greedy bum in Dodge trying to ambush you.
Yeah? Yeah, Kitty. A whole army of them. I spent the next couple of days looking over one shoulder everywhere I went, sitting with my back to the wall, keeping away from windows. Some evening, I tried to get set somewhere before it got dark so I wouldn't have to walk past alleyways or through patches of light on the street. Strings a man tight living that way, too tight. I found that out one afternoon when Chester and I were sitting on the porch in front of the office.
You know I locked that door out back, Mr. Dillon. At least nobody's going to come up on you that way.
Good, Chester.
Wouldn't you be better off sitting inside?
Well, here I can see what's going on.
You couldn't see a man with a rifle if he was hid out of one of them buildings across the street.
No, and I can't dig a hole and hide in it either.
No, sir. Look yonder at that fool kid. He's going to run somebody down riding that way.
He's trying to ride like an Indian. Look how low he's bent.
Hey, he's got a gun in his hand.
Hey, duck, Chester!
Mr. Dillon? You hurt, Mr. Dillon?
Nah, he missed me, but he was shooting mighty close.
Well, you got him.
Yeah, I got him.
That kid must be crazy, riding by like that and trying to shoot you.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't suppose...
I don't know, Chester. Hey, he's still alive. I'll carry him up to Doc's. You take care of his horse, huh?
Yes, sir. My, he's awful young, ain't he?
Yeah, he's awful young. How is he, Doc?
Come in, Matt. He's conscious now, but I don't know how long he'll last.
Is he gonna die?
You better hurry if you want to talk to him.
Yeah, okay. How you feeling, son?
Bad, real bad, Marshal.
Doc will take good care of you. Who are you? What's your name?
Can't tell you my name.
Why not?
My name don't matter.
All right, but you tried to shoot me. Why?
Reward, $1,000. We needed that money, but we needed it bad.
Who needed it?
I seen you sitting there, and I got on my horse. I almost killed you, but I'm sorry I did. I'm real sorry.
Don't worry about that now. Everything's gonna be okay.
I'm a Marshal.
Son? Doc!
I'm sorry, right here.
He's dead.
Nobody could have saved him.
Nah. How old would you say he was, Doc?
Oh, 15 maybe. It's not your fault, Matt.
I killed him.
Now, Matt.
I'm going over to Dodge House, Doc.
Miss Hornby?
Yeah.
Oh, it's you. I thought it was somebody coming for their money.
Somebody almost did, Miss Hornby.
That's so?
I killed him.
You kill a lot of people, don't you, Marshal?
When I have to.
Maybe the next one will get you.
Maybe.
What you come to see me for?
I thought maybe I could get you to change your mind.
What's the matter, Marshal? Getting scared?
Well, I don't enjoy knowing somebody might shoot me any minute.
Ha!
But I don't like the idea that I might have to shoot somebody any minute either.
Well, it shouldn't bother a man like you.
I told you your husband tried to kill me. Don't you understand that?
I don't care about understanding it.
You know who you hired this afternoon?
Don't matter. Except I wish he'd been a better gunman.
He wasn't a man, Miss Hornby. He was a boy, 15. He was poor. He needed the money for somebody else. I don't even know his name.
I thought you killed him. How do you know he did it for the money?
He didn't die right off.
Well,
Well, how does it make you feel, Miss Hornby?
the next one won't be a boy, Marshal, or the one after that.
Miss Hornby,
What?
you're a terrible, selfish old woman. At night, a drunk staggered up to me on the street. He had a gun in his hand, but I buffaloed him before he could use it, and I threw him in jail. Later, about midnight, it was different. A mule skinner tried to shoot me from behind a water barrel. His first shot missed, and a second later, he discovered his mistake. The barrel was empty, and he died there. And nobody else seemed willing to take a chance, at least that night. The next day about noon, Chester and I were on our way to Delmonico's when we saw Miss Hornby coming up Front Street.
She's looking right at you, Mr. Dillon.
She's probably going to complain about how I treat her hired hands.
Too bad she's a woman, ain't it?
Things would be a lot different if she wasn't, Chester.
Maybe she's thought it over. Maybe she's going to change her mind.
It'll take more than a couple killings for that.
She don't seem to care at all that her husband murdered poor old Jake Reeves. My, if she ain't being one of the meanest-looking women I've ever seen. She's waiting for us. Hello, Miss Hornby.
I want to talk to you, Marshal.
All right, ma'am.
I heard you killed another man last night.
The first of your men I killed was a boy, Miss Hornby.
Still harping on that?
Doesn't bother you at all, does it?
He was a fool to try it.
That money meant a lot to him.
Find out who he was?
No.
Well, don't matter.
No, not to you.
Marshal, I'll make you a deal.
A deal?
That's what I said. I'll withdraw the reward if you get out of Dodge, leave the country, and don't ever come back.
Why?
It's my business why.
Beginning to bother you? All the blood that's being spilled?
Never mind that. You gonna do it?
You know, Miss Hornby, you haven't thought straight since your husband got shot.
Got shot by you?
By me.
What's your answer, Marshal?
Miss Hornby, I hate killing. I hate it as much as you hate it losing your husband. But I'm not leaving.
You're sure, Marshal?
I'm sure.
Mister?
Who's that?
Go see what she wants, Chester.
I'm coming, lady.
You'll just be killing more men if you stay here. Till one of them gets you.
You're the only one that can stop that, Miss Hornby.
Well, I ain't gonna stop it. And some man that knows what he's doing will be along soon. Maybe today, Marshal.
You're not helping anybody this way.
Mr. Dillon,
Yeah?
this lady's looking for you. She drove that wagon all the way to town to find you. Nearly 20 miles, she said.
Is that so? Well, what can I do for you, ma'am?
I don't want to bother you if you're busy, Marshal.
No, that's all right.
I'm looking for my boy.
Your boy?
He's going to get himself in trouble lest I stop him. Bad trouble, I know it.
Oh, what's he planning to do, ma'am?
I'm ashamed to tell you this, Marshal, but he took his gun when he left home yesterday.
So?
There'd been talk about that $1,000 reward for you, Marshal.
How old was your boy, ma'am?
Going on 15. He doesn't know what he's doing. I've got to find him and stop him, Marshal. He's only doing it because we're about to starve out there. Him and me and my little girl.
Ma'am?
Wait, Marshal. You got to understand the boy first. Why he's doing it.
All right. Why?
My husband got killed a month ago. Shot. And since then, we've been near starving to death. The boy tried, but we ain't been making it.
Excuse me, ma'am. I want to ask you something.
Why, sure.
What's your name?
Ms. Reeves. My husband was Jake Reeves. Did you know him?
No. No, I didn't. But my husband... He knew him, didn't he, Marshal?
He did?
Well, that's what he told me.
Well, what's your name?
Never mind my name right now, Ms. Reeves.
I don't understand.
Marshal,
Yes, ma'am?
you were right about me being a terrible, selfish old woman. But would you do something for me?
I think so.
There'll be an envelope at the Dodge House. It'll be in your name. You know what to do with it.
Yes, ma'am. I think I know.
I'm going home now. Goodbye, Mrs. Reeves.
Goodbye? I don't understand what she was saying, Marshal.
Ms. Reeves, you want to come to my office and I'll try to explain it to you. I'll try to explain a lot of things to you.
I heard that story 40 years ago, and I never thought that someday I would be directing it. Tonight was the night. And now, our wonderful cast. Matt Dillon was played by Dave Sanchi. Chester was played by Herb Thompson. Doc Adams was played by Andre Dixon. Mrs. Hornby, and she's not that nasty in real life, believe me, was played by Ellie Babka. The Reeves boy was played by Walt Kovalik. Kitty was played by Donna Amesmeyer. Mrs. Reeves was played by Sue Gadzinski. The announcer was played by me, Tom Duggan. The sound effects man, and he did a fabulous job, was Marty McNulty. The audio board was handled by John Gelsomino, and the video was performed by Lorenzo Cordova. A special thank you must go to the Riverside Township Board for their outstanding support on our efforts. It is greatly appreciated. And now a message about next month's shows and its director, John Gelsomino.
Thank you, Tom. This group is allowing me to direct yet again the Christmas show, and we have two really good stories for you next month. One a comedy, and one a Christmas story starring James Stewart. That is not It's a Wonderful Life. The first show we're going to do is I like It's a Wonderful Life. Why don't we clap for that? The first show we're going to do is a great ensemble comedy, My Friend Irma. It's our Christmas story from 1950. So we'll start off with a little bit of humor, and then our second program of the night is a show that only ran one season, starred Jimmy Stewart. It was called The Six Shooter, and we're going to do their famous Christmas broadcast called Britt Ponsett's Christmas Carol. 1 week before Christmas, we'll be here Friday, December 18th, so mark it in your calendars. Let your friends know, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. But December 18th, 1 week before Christmas, we'll be here. Hopefully you will too. Thank you, and we'll see you then.